Welcome to Elevate Your Grind, brought to you by Cannabis Lab. We're going to stop shouting out the episodes numbers because we're starting to get some really good guests and we're going to have to edit these and we don't know when they're going to come out. So this is going to be one of our future episodes. Elevate Your Grind is brought to you by Real Cloud Pros. Running a cannabis business is hard enough as it is. Let us handle your IT and focus on your product. Brought to you by Real Wellness, one of the best herbal supplement companies out there. And of course, this episode is brought to us by Matt Nordgren of Arcadian Fund and Arcadian Capital. Thanks for joining us today, man.
Who's also involved in Real Wellness. So
yes, you are.
Shout out.
You are an advisor. So let's actually kind of start there. So I know you're involved with Real Wellness. Was that through the Texas connection to Ricky? How did you know Ricky beforehand, or?
It is through the Texas connection with Ricky. We both went to University of Texas and had a relationship long before cannabis.
Very cool, man. So you've got an awesome history besides just the fact that you have, High Times, one of the most 100 influential people in cannabis. I think you were just on one of the green entrepreneur lists for investing in cannabis as well too. Massive amounts of superlatives that you have, but would love to kind of get into your backstory and figure out how you took that journey into cannabis, right? So, I don't know if you're comfortable talking about it or not, and luckily this is a podcast so we can edit it out if not, but, how does cannabis affect you in your personal life? Were you, did you use it before you got into cannabis? Did you kind of see the benefits first? When did it really start with your journey?
From a pretty young age, I would say.
Okay.
Mostly dealing with football related,
Okay.
Injuries or motivation or different types of ways you can use
And you played quarterback, right?
Yeah, I did.
You got hit a lot.
You got hit a lot, but not as much impact. You were kind of a sitting duck, so when you got hit, quarterback, you fumble.
Yeah.
You fall to the ground. But it certainly helped there, and I think a lot of guys have always used it for that. But when I really started to get excited and more involved in the industry is the more I understood the human body, to be honest with you.
Okay.
And when you really understand how the body works, it becomes difficult to rationalize alcohol use or opioid use or nicotine use. Furthermore, certain types of foods. You learn plant-based foods can be a lot better for you than fried chicken.
Yep.
So as you start to go through life and you determine what type of life you want to live, I always came to the conclusion that a high quality life came with homeostasis, peace, balance, and not just in your external life, but in your internal life.
Okay.
What you put in your body, is what you get out of it. Garbage in, garbage out.
Yeah.
And so cannabis, to me, represented a way to enjoy certain aspects of life in a more healthy and positive way, maintain balance and peace, similar to why people, drink water versus Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
I mean, there's healthier alternatives, and I think that once you understand how the body physiologically works, you understand what you have to feed it to have that type of a high quality life.
I first learned of this, and again, I don't mean to keep on the Ricky Williams thing, but I spent a lot of time with Ricky, and a lot of people had said, oh, that's the guy who quit to smoke pot. And what a lot of people don't realize, and I'm sure you went through a lot of the similar, was he had an ulcer by 19. He was popping 8 Advils just to go to practice. In football, opiates run rampant. My wife is an addiction counselor. She's had plenty of ex-NFL stars as clients, and I may have violated something by shouting that out there. But, were you going through something similar, through your football career? Were they just trying to give you painkillers and everything else? And it just, I remember Ricky talking about liver damage and kidney damage. And, you seem to live a pretty healthy lifestyle now. But, back then when you were younger, did you have that education, and was that part of it, or?
Well, 2 answers to that one. One is Ricky had a lot more pain than I did. Ricky also delivered a lot more pain. I mean, he really liked to run through people.
Yeah.
But as a backup quarterback, I mean, there's a significant difference in the types of things that they would try to give Ricky to get him to perform than they cared about for their backup quarterback. But the other side of that is if you understand how to use the plant properly, it can be very beneficial for you.
Cool.
It can supplement a lot of that, but you never had that as an option other than trying to do that yourself. And what I loved about Ricky was that, he was inquisitive. He wanted to learn this, and it was really important to him. And he felt like he was doing the right thing. As a smart, educated, mindful and present human being, he wanted to explore this. And so he found a way to give himself the happiest life that he could potentially have. And I think he's found that. He is extremely happy, probably happier than he's ever been in his life. I don't think that football was necessarily, what he wanted to be known for. He was really good at it. But I think, what Ricky will tell you is what he wants to be known for is what he's doing now.
Yeah.
He wants to bring balance and peace and plant medicine to the world because he spent so much time actually understanding what it can do.
Yeah.